Okay, so this is U8L3, adding and subtracting rational expressions. And our objectives, of course, are going to be add and subtract rational expression using LCD. So to do this, we're going to do a really quick review on adding and subtracting fractions. So I have 1/2 plus 2/3. And then to add these, we need the least common denominator, right? The LCD. So I have a 2 and a 3, and I am going to try to see how am I going to make them to the LCD, of course. This one, I need a 3 in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply the first one by 3/3. And the second one, I am missing a 2, so I'm going to multiply by 2/2. Now I have 3/6 plus 4/6, right? And I add them together. And remember, when you add them, you only add the numerator, and the denominator stays the same. So I get 7/6. Okay. I would do one more example of these. Again, some people just think, oh, I just take this one, multiply by the other one, and then multiply by the other one for this one. That's not how it works, right? That's not the least common denominator. It will give you a common denominator, but it's not the smallest one. So you end up having to simplify. So what you do is you figure out, now, what are the factors of 6? I want to break that down. And I'm going to break the factors of 15 down. Okay, break the bottom numbers, the denominator, down to the factors. So what I have is, the tops stay the same. The bottom I have 2 times 3 and 5 times 3. And I look at the factors. So let's do the first one here, 2 and 3. What am I missing? What does this guy have that this guy doesn't? This guy has a 3. I already have a 3. But this guy has a 5 and I don't have a 5. So I'm going to multiply the first one by 5. Okay. Now, what do I need? There, multiply by 5 there. What do I need from the first guy that the second guy doesn't have, right? They both have a 3. They both have a 5 now, but I need a 2. So I'm going to multiply the second guy by a 2/2. So now you see how they both have the same denominator, same factors for the denominator, so which will give you the same number at the bottom. So when I do this, I get 25/30 plus 4/30, which gives you 29/30ths. Okay, the same concept applies when you do rational expressions. Here's an example. Example 1, I have 1/4x squared plus 3/16x. I want to break the bottom down, right, into their factors. Okay, I break 4 into 2 times 2, x squared into x times x. 16 is 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times x. Right? Now let's do the first guy here. What is it missing? All right, this first guy has an x. The second guy has an x. I have 2 x's, so I don't need any more x's. But I need 2 more 2's. So I'm going to multiply the first guy by 2 times 2. The second guy has a bunch of 2's. I'm good with 2's, but I only have 1 x. That guy has 2 x's. I need to multiply by an x. See? Now they both have 4 2's and 2 x's at the bottom. And then the top, I have 4 over, and the second one, I have 3x over that. See, the bottom now, you just multiply them together, you get 16x squared. Okay, now I add these. It'll be the top adding together, and the bottom stays the same. So I have 4 plus 3x. I cannot add that, right? So it's just going to stay as 4 plus 3x over 16x squared. Okay, on to example number 2. Another one. Here, you want to factor the top and bottom. So to see if you can actually cancel the things out, right? You want to simplify before you add. So I'm going to factor the top and bottom here. So 3 times x plus 4 at the top. And the bottom, if I factor these, I get x plus 2 and x plus 4. The second guy, there's nothing to factor. Stays like that. Now the first guy, I can simplify. Cross out x plus 4 and x plus 4. Okay, so I have just 3 over x plus 2 plus 2 over x plus 2. See, now it just so happens that after I simplify, they are the same denominator now. So you can just add them. Right, so I get 5 over x plus 2. It just so happens that they are already in common denominator. Okay, sometimes they're not. Right, but this problem, that's all we need to do. Number 3, I have 4 over x minus 5 minus 3 over this trinomial. Right, so I'm going to factor this guy, because the first guy, there's nothing to factor. I'm going to factor the second guy. So I get x minus 5, x plus 4. whoops, that should be a minus 20 from the original problem. Otherwise, this problem would not be factorable. So let's assume that's a minus 20 there, okay, from the problem. And then I factor this. Now I have factors at the bottom, and I'm going to do this the same exact way I did with fractions. I look to see what does this guy have that this guy doesn't, right? They both have an x minus 5, but the second guy has an x plus 4, and the first guy doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the first guy by x plus 4. See, now both of them at the bottom, they have the same thing, x minus 5, x plus 4. So I got to multiply the top in, right? So I have 4x plus 16, and then subtract 3 from the other guy. So you just take 4x plus 16 minus 3 on top. So 16 minus 3 is 13. So I get 4x plus 13 over your denominator. Last example here. I have 5 over this trinomial minus 3x plus 6 over this x squared minus 4 here. I'm going to factor them out. Okay, factor everything. Try to cancel them. And before you do the adding and subtracting. So I'm going to factor this guy. I have x minus 2 at the bottom, x plus 3. Okay. And here, I factor the top too. The top can be factored. So I factor out 3x plus 2. Factor the 3 out. And the bottom here, I have x plus 2, x minus 2. That's a special pattern that we learned before. All right, so now, is there anything I can cancel from the first guy? Can I simplify the first guy? No. But the second guy I can simplify. So I can cross out the x plus 2, right? So what I have left is 5 over x minus 2, x plus 3, minus 3 over x minus 2. Now I do the LCD. Right? What does this guy have that this guy doesn't? They both have x minus 2, but I need an x plus 3. So I'll multiply the second guy by x plus 3. Okay. Then I multiply them out. So I have 5 over that minus, now 3 times x plus 3 is 3x plus 9. You have to multiply them out, and then you can do the subtraction. But the LCD is, you see the denominator are the same now. So you can go ahead and subtract. 5 minus 9 is negative 4. And then minus 3x gives you a negative 3x, right? So negative 3x minus 4 over x minus 2x plus 3.